MCC 15, MCC Pride, the MCC Championship. However you say it, some weird things were going on in this most recent MCC, but not many people seem to notice it. It features some of the best and biggest names like Technoblade, tommyinnit, Wisp, Tubbo, Lazarbeam, vikkstar, and all those people. Dream was actually there at some parts. Wilbur Soot's fire alarm going off, people swapping players, the closest calls ever, and people glitching through walls. Welcome to the Unsolved Mysteries of MCC Pride / MCC 15. It all begins before the tournament even starts with an unofficial MCC Tubbo stream. Even though that they are not allowed to stream on Twitch, Tubbo had a totally not practicing for MCC stream. Before it even started. Sure, that's fine. Nothing too weird or mysterious about that. But then Ranboo comes in. Someone who wasn't anticipated to be there for a while more. Sure, that is also fine. But then it is mentioned that for some parts, Ranboo will be playing MCC in the place of Tubbo. And then for the whole entire MCC tournament, we have no clue who is playing in the place of Tubbo, because they are not allowed to stream it, making it the perfect disguise for anyone to play in anyone's place.
I think I might pass, actually.
Really?
I think I might pass. I don't think I'm gonna play.
Also, on that note, it was whispered to Tubbo that Ranboo was quote-unquote unbanned from MCC, meaning that at one point he was banned from MCC, without anyone knowing or no mention of it? That doesn't make sense. But that's only scratching the surface of the MCC Pride Unsolved Mysteries. Things had a weird start. First, one of the simplest mechanics, the one that gets the participants from the lobby to the voting area, was either invisible or just exterminated from the first round. But that's nothing too big. As things start off, we see some simple, funny things and glitches like tommyinnit stuck in swimming position. Technoblade has a bell to ring for people to donate to charity. It looked like Technoblade was crying in this thumbnail, but that's just a weird observation of mine. $42,000 being raised before the game even kicks off. Dream not participating, but later we find out that he was participating. The first event is Ace Race, which was weird because it held up a terrible reputation from MCC 14 with all of the confusion. But it was mentioned from Nox Crew, the hosts of MCC, that no one tested Ace Race beforehand, and that they removed all glitches from future games. So we get into Ace Race, and the first unusual occurrence is that for a while, Wilbur Soot was glitched into the ground, and was not able to move for a solid minute or so. Technoblade dominated as usual, but someone who was expected to dominate, tommyinnit and Tubbo, they were doing pretty bad, and were not placing as high as expected. Also, there was no video evidence of this, but some people were talking about how their elytras just simply shut off mid-game, making it so that they weren't able to compete in the overall Ace Race. And then even though Technoblade finished first, and his teammates did decent as well, they only finished second, when in reality they should have been placed first overall. As a quick honorable mention here, we have that Technoblade's bank refuses to give him money.
Just do the donation afterwards.
Bro, I gotta do the donation midstream, that'll be hype, but my bank is just like, no, we hate charity.
Sky Battle was pretty crazy. People thought that Technoblade was going to do amazing in this mode, and in some parts he did, but people were disappointed. Some people had amazing plays, and some just fell. But then we get to the interesting part. Dream was said to be completely out of MCC, right? But then we see that he was texting Technoblade for some of the tournament. It was said Technoblade had said that, and he was maybe asking him to do things, maybe giving him tips, who knows what he was doing. This technically means that Dream was indeed part of MCC Pride / MCC 15. But apart from all of that confusion, it was a relatively normal Sky Battle. Build Mart was also pretty normal. Some people were confused with the fan, block types, and where to get things, but it is nothing compared to what is coming. Hole in the Wall, our old enemy of glitches galore. It was a huge issue in MCC 14 that some people were using their high pings to glitch through walls and making it so much easier to win the game. Apparently it was fixed, but then we have this.
Yeah, I'm ready for it.
I jumped and it was
I don't know. Maybe I just misjudged.
Oh, I went through so many walls.
Yeah,
I went through so many.
It's like a spam. Yeah, you gotta like, hit it hard. Okay, purple. That's an awkward one actually for the first one.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't like that. That's gonna catch some people, I think. Yep. Yellow. Oh.
I don't even know how to get through this.
Nice readjustment.
Oh, what? What?
That was a pretty humongous glitch through the wall, even though it was said to be patched, even though the news spread about the controversy, even though we thought it was permanently banned, we still see people using this to their advantage. Also, as a honorable mention, I nearly burned my tongue off on a spring roll whilst Hole in the Wall was in progress. Then we see that in between games within Technoblade's team, they start to debate who was the better Minecraft player. Everyone automatically thought that it was Technoblade, but it was revealed that Wilbur Soot has actually been playing longer than he has, so a lot of people started to talk about that.
I think I started playing in 2010, but...
Oh, I've been playing Minecraft longer than Technoblade.
Oh my god.
Technically, that means you're better, right?
I think it does. That explains Sky Battle.
Legally, it makes me better, legally.
That's how he was popping off in Sky Battle. He's got that expertise.
And then once again we are back to the Twitter poll manipulation. Since Technoblade had around 350,000 viewers, that meant that he was able to basically decide what event to go first. But he did do it in a creative way. He split his chat into two groups. The first group was everyone with a specific letter in their first name, and the second group was all the rest, making it super easy to manipulate the poll. But then Dream jumps in and decides to participate as well. You could also see the real-time change of Technoblade changing the poll votes with his chat. Also, this is an amazing time to remind you that I do indeed have a Twitter. The link is top in the description, so please do follow that. Now getting into Parkour Tag. One of the most notable events took place here. So at first people thought the map was hard to navigate, and people that were anticipated to do well did not do well. But that's fine, that's nothing compared to what's coming. Mere minutes later, we hear that Wilbur Soot's fire alarm is going off, forcing him to leave mid-game, and now he has to go AFK when points are being earned by every other team, and he still did not come back for a good while.
Randomly selected us if we didn't pause, but we were distracted by Wilbur is dying right now.
I'm gonna drown it out with
the gong.
Happily, Wilbur was completely fine, but little did we know at that point, his absence caused a humongous impact on the final score. Then, for the first time in MCC history, a fifth person was added to the team. Philza Minecraft had come in to take Wilbur's place, making him unable to maintain his spot in overall individual points. They were talking about getting Dream or Captain Sparkles to fill in for him, but at the end of the day, they went with Philza. Yet another funny thing to note is even though with his absence, he still did better than his teammates. Yet another unsolved mystery that I would like someone to solve in the comments. Is it Grian or Grian? Then came survival games. Everything was depending on this one last game. So many people were so close in points, and this last game would decide everything. Everything comes closing. People get points, and then we see that Technoblade's team was 2 points. 2 points off of getting into the finals. Then we now realize that if Wilbur Soot's fire alarm did not go off, then they would have made it into the finale. The finale, Dodgebolt, was very tense. It came down to one final round, but in the end, Team Aqua Oxalotes took home the win.
I did it! Oh my god! No! We
Do not click off of this video! Everyone clicks off at this point, but trust me, just stay for like 30 more seconds, not even 30 seconds. So that is everything. This was more of a recap and things that you didn't notice, but overall it was just fun and for charity. So if you are here, please do subscribe. I know you think that one extra subscriber does not mean anything, but trust me, It truly does mean so much. Anyways, that is all I have to say. Stay awesome.